nature. Please, can we give her a round of applause? I like the definitions that they both gave. And he said the old nature. Meaning that after the gospel is preached, there should be nothing like an old nature. There should be nothing like, that's my old nature. Because Jesus was saying that is all that the gospel, that is all that the Bible was written about. That is all that was in the Bible. Their faith in him. He says, their old man is crucified with him. He says that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin. That's why I said that anytime we go and preach the gospel to people, if what you told that person is that if you believe Jesus, he'll make your life better. I once made that mistake. It wasn't a formal setting. It was an informal setting. And he was beginning to say that his life is already good. His life is already good. And those of us that were speaking to him began to say that your life can be better. But I found out after some years that was not the gospel. I wish I could see him again and present the real gospel. Because the gospel is not about your life being better. It's about your life being changed. It's about your life being exchanged. It's about the end of your own life and the beginning of his own life. If you are with me, praise Jesus. See, that's what the gospel is all about. So when we preach the gospel, and you see the gospel is for us, as we were told some Sundays ago, that the gospel is for the believer. You see, it's a particular part of aspect of the gospel, you see, that we take to the unbelievers. But you see, the gospel is for the believers. And you see, that's why when we say that we are separated unto the gospel, you cannot say that you have a new nature and you still have your own opinions. When we ask you what you say, that's what I think. You see, that thing is against the gospel. Now we are separated unto the word of God. It is as practical as when you want to do something, you go and check from the word of God and find out what does the word of God say about this thing. Because if the gospel is true, of which we know that it is, your old nature should have ended. Your old nature should have ended. So you should be finding out this new nature, how do I live it? This new nature that I've received, how do I live it out? So I found out that in this new nature, I will also marry. What is God's stance for marriage? Okay, in this new nature, I will also, I have to do this. I will relate with people. People will get me angry. How do I go about this? See, that's what should separate us, to the word of God. And I was saying last week Sunday that when children eat bread,